There we go. I'll do that, Jake. So let me go back and do some of that again. How's that? Will that be helpful? So remember, it's important to go to 3D modeling. I'm going to close this right now. And when I do my box, I can type in where I want it to go. And then I can type in dimensions 6, tab, 3, tab, and then the height. And see, it's always kind of showing me what that height wants, like it's in a little dimension box. 9. There we go. So I can either type them in or right click on it and properties, select and right click, and length, width, and height. I can set those. So let me set it as a 3, 4, 5. And so I pick a 3, 4, 5 because Archimedes tells us that that is the favorite set of dimensions for our eyes. 3, 4, 5 triangle, golden triangle, matches what our eyes want to see as looking nice. It's also one of the easiest things to measure because a 3, 4, 5 triangle is a right angle. 3 squared plus 4 squared equals 5 squared. So you can easily measure with a piece of rope or string a 3, 4, 5 triangle and set up a 90-degree angle. So 3, 4, 5 is kind of cool. It has nothing to do with our class, but you should know about it. Okay, so I can either type in the dimensions in the dimension boxes when I'm making it, or if I select it and right click the properties, I can type in the dimensions. I can pull on the dimensions. That's kind of cool. I can look at it a whole bunch of different ways. Hidden, sketchy, all sorts of things like that. That's how I make that. Now, what if, and Jake will appreciate this, I'm sure, what if I wanted to be an architect? To be an architect, remember, you have to type in the word units and you have to tell AutoCAD that you want to be an architect. Okay. Now, when I use the foot symbol, it will do that. The foot symbol is the apostrophe on your keyboard. So now if I select this thing and I say I want it to be 36 feet by 24 feet by 8 feet, I've got it. It is that. It truly is that. That's a technique that a lot of people use. They don't try to draw anything the right size. They draw something the right shape, and then they type in the size. That's called parametric design. You know that you want a length, a width, and a height. You make it, and then you type in what you want. So how could I make this little piece I'm going to take out over here? I'll make a box. I don't care how big my box is. I'll click on my box and look at my properties. And I think one of those, I don't remember how big it was. I think it was 6 feet by 6 feet by 8 foot tall. And remember the move command. I can either type move and it comes up, pick it, and say, I want to put this corner on that corner. Cool. Got that? And then the other one, I don't remember what it was. I'll make another one that's like 8 by 8. So I'll just make another corner. I'm just giving you practice watching. I don't care how big I make it. There it is. There. It's way too big. It's not even close. But I'm going to make it 8 by 8 by 8. Right click properties. 8 foot. This is my favorite way personally to design. Get things that are sort of the right shape, and then I worry about the size. And I do this both in Inventor and in AutoCAD. Oops, I got the wrong corner there. I want to put this corner over here on this corner. And now I've got my chance to do that subtract thing, remember? And remember that subtract is a little bit backward. I can just start typing subtract. Pretty smart program. Subtract. And then remember, you click first what you want to keep. What do I want to keep? I want to keep the big thing. And then I'm going to press enter. And then I'm going to select what I want to get rid of. That one. Having a hard time finding just the part. There it is. And that one. I want to get rid of those two things. So I press enter. There it goes. And so I would probably save this about now because I have something cool. Now here's the hard part is my is getting my roof on there. But I'm going to make the roof out of a wedge, and I'll show you a few things. There, I have a wedge. And if I click on the wedge and I do my properties, do you anybody remember what it was? I think it was 20 feet. Oh, I typed 20 instead of 20 feet. 20 feet by 20 feet? I don't even remember. No, 24, 30 feet. And I think it was 8 feet high. And I did it again. See, I keep forgetting my foot symbol, 20 feet. There. Now, I could make one just like that going the other way, but I'm going to show you a real cool thing. Yeah?
Yeah, let's say I wanted to make a shape that was not make like a 3D drawing like that, and it wasn't in the shape of specifically of a square or
like one of these?
or
It's
circle.
not one of these?
Yeah, not one of those.
Well, there are
it
other
was
things.
like a different shape, like something like this. What if I wanted to draw?
Well, hold on, Jake. So that's a whole different class.
This.
Jake, that's a whole different class. So there's tons of stuff you can do, but I'm not going to teach something different right now. So you can get on with me later and check it out. What are the first 3 weeks about? How to draw with primitives, right? So that's what we're going over here. But I'm going to show you a really cool thing here. I'm going to show you something called the mirror command. So I can make a mirror image of that wedge. So I pick the wedge, enter, and then I go click, click. And now I've got the roof. Is that the coolest thing? And I want to put these two together. Okay, and there was a question in the chat was, can we use this video as add subtract video for, yes, you can. You can use this video. I thought I had one in there, but I'll have to go look. Union, 1, 2. Now, how am I going to put this in place? Well, here's a cool thing. I can find the midpoint down on this little box with a box on the corner. I can find a midpoint. And I think the roof sticks out 2 feet. And I just made it stick out 2 inches, I think. How far did I make it stick out? Oh, I did make it stick out 2 feet. And then you know that you can do that move command again. Move the roof. So the middle of that goes on that. And I go, I'm not long enough. Shame on me. Okay, so now I could do my measurement and get it right. But how do I get it right? As soon as you make it not a primitive anymore, you can't do those cool changes. Anybody done this before and know how to fix that problem? This is really, it's better to get it right to begin with, but this is really cool. So the first thing I can do is I can say dist, what is the distance between this midpoint and this midpoint? It's 6 feet. So I need to stretch this 8 feet. So I can extrude the face 8 feet with no taper. There it goes. Oh, I flippin' love AutoCAD because every mistake I make can be fixed. We go. Isn't that cool? So I can't go back in properties. That's the weird thing. Once I've done union or subtract or anything, these little properties, it just says, oh, sorry, you messed with it and I don't know everything about it anymore. So you need to do other tools, but they give you the tools. They give you the tools right there. Do it. And now if I want to see it on my piece of paper, I go to the layout. And remember to get it to center up in there, I change my piece of paper so that I can pretend like it's my monitor screen. And there we go. And I can even look at the different things. I actually kind of like that underneath view. That's actually kind of cool looking. And I actually kind of like the grid, but that looks good too. Paper. There. Now I got a really cool drawing. And I can snip that. Okay, so there was